Shalom, 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 shalom. Of course, our praise on glorification to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, HALAHYAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. BARAK the YAHAWAH, BARAK the HALAHYAM, calling my YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, HALAHYAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH, and praise on glorification to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, HALAHYAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. And of course, kingdom honor to the possibly build someone to do well. And this is the book of Hebrews 5, verse 1. For every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men and things pertaining to Yahweh and Shai. Now this is in context. This is context talking about the Levitical high priest, and another thing as well. The Levitical high priest is at this time done. That was part of the old covenant. Now right now we're on the grace for not in the old covenant. We're in the Melchizedek priesthood. And now this time the Levitical priesthood done. No, the Lord one. It goes into in the later chapters. And this is the reason why some Negroes who shall not be named, you should know who they are, is denying the book of Hebrews. Them Negroes. I should say niggas. Hebrews 7 and verse 11. It therefore perfection by the Levitical priesthood. Because under the Levitical priesthood, people offer up sacrifices, carnal sacrifices, and offerings, things like that. And that was carnal. The Levitical priesthood was carnal. It will learn the beggary elements of this world. But what happened? People abused the priesthood, man. So what did the Lord do? He got rid of it. Now you don't need to be a Levite to enter into the priesthood. Now we don't need the temple. Now we don't need the tabernacle. Now we don't need these things of the carnalness. We have spiritual temple with spiritual sacrifices. And therefore perfection were by the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law. For further need was there that another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek. So why is there another priest after the order of Melchizedek, man? And not be called after the order of Aaron. If the Levitical priesthood was good, why have we had the Melchizedek priesthood, man? We don't need two priesthoods at the same time. We don't need a carnal and a spiritual one. The spiritual one trumps the carnal one, and Yahawashi is our priest. As I read the last chapter in Hebrews 4. For the priesthood being changed, there is made a necessity a change also of the law. And they get tripped up. It's a stumbling block to them. Because you don't understand that the Lord's not dealing with sacrifices anymore. Carnal-based sacrifices anymore. The Lord not dealing with it. The burnt offerings and the sin offerings. The Lord not dealing with that, man. He looking for the spiritual sacrifices. But he said in Amos. Little one I can find it real quick. Through the spirit. Through the spirit. Little one I can find what I was thinking about in Amos. The Lord not, there we go. God, how about Shem El Shai? Shem QADASH, Lord, let me find it. In Amos, the Lord not dealing with your sacrifices, your burnt offerings and sin offerings. He don't care about that anymore. Another one, Psalms 51 as well. I want to get them. Yeah, I'm not really going into that, but I'm about to go into it in the later chapters, Lord 1. So I might as well start talking about it now. Amos 5 and verse 21. I despise your feast days. What? Oh, oh. Shalakia. Yeah, whatever. Though you offer me burnt offerings and meat offerings, I will not accept them. So the Lord not accepting your burnt offerings or your meat offerings, neither will I regard peace offerings or your fat beef. So the Lord don't care about it. No? The Lord don't care about your carnal base meat offerings, burnt offerings, whatever, trying to get recollection for your sins by it. No. The Lord don't care about that, man. The Lord not dealing with sacrifices anymore, man. No? Because niggas abuse him. No? And the whole Levitical priesthood was based on sacrifices. No? So the sacrifices are gone. I want more the priesthood. No? What's the use of the priesthood? You can't sacrifice. This is why we're going into the spiritual priesthood. No? This is why we're going to the spiritual priesthood with spiritual offerings and spiritual sacrifices and the priesthood of Melchizedek, the spiritual priesthood. No? Psalm 51, verse 16. For thou desirest not sacrifice, else will I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offerings. The Lord don't care for burnt offerings. No, the Lord don't care about the meat offerings or anything like that. He made the animals, man. No? That was just for a time period. Because under that, the first covenant was a carnal covenant, based on carnality, of the flesh of this world, Rule, the Lord made statutes and governments that we still keep, of course, to a degree, with spiritualness, a new covenant, which we're going into right now, not in, far surpasses it, the spiritual offerings of our flesh and of our bodies far surpasses the offerings of the flesh of this world, of animals and beasts, which again, Paul in the book of Hebrews went into. But you niggas deny it because you're carnal and base. The sacrifices of Yahawah are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart of Yahawah by Yahawashi that will not despise. The Lord caring for their spiritual sacrifices. So we're all around the world. Now going back, finish it up here, then I go back to Hebrews 11:1. Hebrews 11:7. And therefore perfection will be whereby the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law. But further need was there that another priest should rise as the order of Aaron, and not be called after the order of the order of Melchizedek, and not be called after the order of Aaron. So why is there no priest after the order of Melchizedek? For the priesthood being changed, there is made of necessity a change also of the law. No? For he of whom these things are spoken pertains to another tribe, of which no man gives attendance at the altar. So, about to go into him being of the tribe of Judah. Things like that. Then you read more on that in Hebrews 7. Low when we go into that later on. In their video. That's spiritual priesthood. Though. Also, side note, there's a state of there's currently a state of war going on over there in Israel and Gaza. Side note. I just wanted to say that for the people who didn't know. Check that out. Who can have compassion? Verse 2. Who can have? I'll start verse 1 again. For every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men in things pertaining to Yahawah by Yahawashi, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins. Who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way, for that he himself also compassed with infirmity? And by reason hereof he ought as for the people, so also for himself to offer for sins. And no man taketh this glory unto himself, but he that's called of Yahawah, as was Aaron. No, so you were called up, to be in a high position, get reconciliation for the people, offer sacrifices for their sins, have compassion on the people because, he was wicked. So also Mashiach glorified not himself to make a high priest, but he that said unto him, Thou art my son, the day have I begotten thee. Now I believe Matthew 17, where the Lord Yahawah said that. As he saith also in another place, Thou art a priest forever at the order of Melchizedek. That's Psalms 110, talking about Yahawashi, the son of David, Solomon. The Lord of my Lord. The Lord of my Lord said unto me, which was written by David. The Lord of my Lord, who the Lord of his Lord, Yahawah, and who his Lord, Yahawashi. Simple. Who in the days of his flesh, when he offered up prayers and supplications, with strong crying and tears unto him, that was able to save him from death, and was heard, and that he feared. Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. So he feared Yahweh, he offered prayers of suffering. During suffering, we like Luke 22 goes into it, when the angel straightened him, when he was sweating so much sweat like blood, He suffered and he learned obedience. And being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation to all of them that obey him. And now through him we get eternal salvation through Yahweh Shem Shai. Call of Yahawah, a high priest as the order of Melchizedek, of whom we have made things to say and hard to be uttered, seeing ye are dull of hearing. So Paul didn't really go into it because they are dull of hearing, they were newer, For when for the time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Yahawah, by Shem Shai, and are become such as have need of milk, now strong meat, so you need the milk, the base things, the lower things. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, where he is a babe. So when you get built up, using milk, and then when you start growing, using meat. For strong meat belongs to them that are of a full age, even those who, by reason of use, at their senses exercise, discern both good and evil. So meat belongs to those who are well trained in the ministry. Now below when you're edified, of course, praise and glorification to Yahawah by Shem Shai, Shemakah, QADASH, and Shalom.